Subscribe, hype, like, click the notification bell and turn on all notifications. And donate with a super thanks donation in the comments section below for the unfiltered, unapologetic SeanzViewEnt, your home for WWE news, rumors, and backstage chaos. This is where gossip gets exposed around the clock. Now, here's your host, the brash SeanzViewEnt.
24 hours. That is all that separates the WWE Universe from what could be the most unpredictable night this company has produced in years, and that is even under the TKO banner. And tonight, before Backlash 2026 goes live in Tampa tomorrow night, we all know we got SmackDown tonight. But boy, there are 3 stories developing behind the curtain that the mainstream wrestling media is either sleeping on or too scared to put on the screen. A world champion with a brand new contract and a corporate war quietly brewing underneath it. A Viper who disappeared after WrestleMania for a reason nobody has fully explained yet. And a mystery so carefully protected by WWE this week that the backstage reaction when it was confirmed reported stopped people in their tracks. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what is at stake tomorrow night, and you will not be watching Backlash the same way again. Or as Chris Jericho would say, again. And remember, guys, if you want more videos like this on your favorite superstars, all the backstage rumors, gossip, and speculation, remember to click the bell, subscribe, and tell me what wrestlers that you want backstage rumors, news, and gossip on right now. And we will see if we can clear that up in the next episode. The dirt sheets are on fire tonight. Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Danhausen. 3 names, 3 stories breaking wide open less than 24 hours before Backlash and just a couple hours away before SmackDown. And underneath all of it, a tension between Roman Reigns and TKO that is a brand new contract that has not fully resolved, including one theory so wild that most people are not even saying it out loud yet. We are putting everything on the screen tonight, so remember to stay locked in to the brash and the brazen. But before we get into it, everything you are about to hear is based on rumor, speculation, and developing reports. Nothing has been officially confirmed. This is SeanzViewEnt Entertainment, WWE's #1 tabloid news and rumor channel. We cover the unreal news about an unreal sport. 24 hours before Backlash in Tampa, Florida. The wrestling world is not just talking, it is arguing, it is speculating, it is connecting the dots that WWE would very much prefer stay unconnected heading into tomorrow night, especially TKO, according to those in the know. Roman Reigns is currently your world heavyweight champion walking into a fresh contract. Well, he's got a contract, right? He signed a contract, right? But the story behind the contract is messier than the company is letting on, according to those in the know. Randy Orton has been a ghost since WrestleMania 42, and that silence is starting to speak very loudly to people inside the business. And Danhausen is carrying a mystery into Tampa that has generated more genuine buzz than almost anything else on the Backlash card. Again, more genuine backstage buzz. 3 stories, all moving fast, all pointing at the same arena tomorrow night. The question is not just what happens inside that ring. The question is what happens after, and whether the WWE Universe will be ready for it. Because at least one of these situations has a finish that nobody outside a very small circle has been told about yet. We are starting with the biggest one. We will start with the main event of the evening. This is the story that TKO does not want dominating the conversation the night before Backlash, so naturally, we are going to lead with it. Breaking news, Roman Reigns, TKO, and the contract situation. But before we get into the contract details, there is a piece of speculation floating around right now that we need to put on the screen first, because if there is any truth to it at all, it changes everything we think we know about the direction of the World Heavyweight Championship and Roman Reigns. The whispers making the rounds in certain wrestling circles is this: TKO could potentially want to rebrand the World Heavyweight Championship entirely, and we all know Roman Reigns is the reigning defending World Heavyweight Champion. Retire the current title and introduce a new championship, one that carries the TKO name and TKO identity front and center, a belt that belongs to the corporate machine rather than the wrestling traditionals that created it. Now let us be very clear right here. There is no confirmed report on this. No major dirt sheet has gone on record with it. What we are telling you is that the conversation exists online. And in the context of everything else happening between Roman Reigns and TKO right now, it is a conversation worth having. Because think about what that actually means. If they get rid of the world title and rebrand it and re-Christian it, the TKO World Heavyweight Championship. Where would the WWE names be in that? Where would the WWE logo be involved in that? If TKO introduces its own championship, Roman Reigns does not just lose a title match. He loses a platform that has defined his entire comeback. The prestige of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship as a place of WWE history gets stripped away and replaced with a corporate product designed to serve a publicly traded company's brand strategy rather than the legacy of professional wrestling. That is not a small thing. That is a fundamental shift in what this title represents and who controls it. And it connects directly to the larger tension between Roman Reigns and TKO that has been building all week, according to those in the know. Because if the championship itself is being repositioned as a TKO asset, then the man holding it becomes a TKO spokesperson, whether he agrees to that role or not. Roman Reigns has built his entire legacy inside WWE, not inside TKO, and the idea that the corporate parent company would rebrand the most prestigious title in his career without his blessing is exactly the kind of situation that turns a contract disagreement into something much more serious. Is this confirmed? No. Is it being talked about? Is it a rumor online? Yes. And on this channel, when it is being talked about, we talk about it. We talk about it. We discuss it. We put it for the viewers at the front of the line. But here is the full contract picture as it stands right now. Roman Reigns' previous WWE contract, the one that he signed back in 2022, was set to expire this month, May 2026, the same month as Backlash tomorrow night. And for weeks, the wrestling world was holding its breath, waiting to find out what happens next with the biggest name on the Raw roster. Then the dirt sheets broke it. According to the Dirty Sheets Wrestling Informer podcast, Roman Reigns has signed a new 3-year deal with WWE, finalized during WrestleMania 42 weekend, officially replacing the deal that was set to run out within weeks of the show. On the surface, that sounds like the end of the story. Roman is staying. Case closed. But the same source attached one very important detail to that report. Roman Reigns did not sign a new kind of deal. He signed the exact deal as last time, limited schedule, marquee events only, the same arrangement that has always made him a part-time performer for a full-time championship. And that is exactly where the problem lives, because TKO is not a wrestling company run by wrestling people. It is a publicly traded sports entertainment corporation that answers to shareholders every single quarter. And shareholders do not care about kayfabe. They care about returns. They care about eyeballs. They care about their $15 million asset showing up on television and generating revenue on a consistent basis. A limited schedule does not give TKO what it wants from Roman Reigns. It never has. And a new contract with the same terms does not change that reality. It just kicks the argument down the road. And here is the proof that the argument is already happening. After WrestleMania 42, Roman Reigns stood in front of the WWE Universe and made a very specific promise. He said that the part-time era was over, that the fans would be seeing him all summer long. Those were his words on the biggest stage in the business. Then WWE advertised him for an entire month of consecutive Raw appearances in June. 8 shows, your World Heavyweight Champion every single week. And then every single one of those dates disappeared overnight without a word of explanation. The internet erupted. Rumors of pay cut demands, contract friction, backstage tension between the Tribal Chief and the TKO machine. Reports that Roman Reigns was unhappy enough to consider dropping the title to Jacob Flatt 2 at Backlash and walking away entirely. Dave Meltzer came in and said that TKO has not asked Reigns to renegotiate, that the pay pressure was aimed at talent operating below his level. Fightful reported that there was no internal concern about his future, and WWE called the June date a clerical error. A clerical error, 8 consecutive shows, your reigning World Heavyweight Champion, and the month his old contract expires. Here is the reality of that situation tonight. If the TKO Championship rebrand speculation has any legs at all, this goes from a scheduling disagreement to a full-blown identity war between the most important performer in WWE and the company that now owns everything he helped build. Roman Reigns is signed. Roman Reigns is your champion. Roman Reigns defends that title tomorrow night in Tampa. But the war between the Tribal Chief, what he agreed to do, and what TKO needs him to do is not over, not by a long shot. And by every time it flares up, the entire landscape of WWE television changes around it. That is the story nobody at headquarters wants trending tonight, and now you know about it. Randy Orton. He left WrestleMania, no farewell promo, no injury announcement, no explanation of any kind, just gone. Sources are consistently saying that WWE is protecting Randy Orton's return the same way that you protect something valuable. You keep it locked away. You keep it quiet. You wait until the moment is so perfect that the impact cannot be softened by bad timing or overexposure. Here is what matters specifically tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that moment does not just trend. It dominates every wrestling conversation for the next 2 weeks. Both outcomes have Randy Orton name written all over them, guys. If that is the Randy Orton that shows up in Tampa tomorrow night, Raw has its most compelling story heading into the summer. that it has had in a long time. This one is moving, and we will be watching every second of it. Last but not least, look past the gimmick and pay very close attention to what WWE has actually been doing with Danhausen this week. Because now, according to rumor, gossip, and speculation, his tag team partner could be not CM Punk, not Stone Cold, not The Rock, not The Undertaker, not a legend, not a Hall of Famer, but Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll to be the partner of Danhausen tomorrow night at Backlash. Boy, did that just sink the seals out of this storyline, out of this match, out of this event. What we know for certain is this. Backlash 2026 walks in with more genuine, must-see energy than any premium live event since WrestleMania weekend, and the stories happening behind the curtain are every bit as compelling as what is scheduled to happen inside that ring. We will be here covering every second of Backlash as it goes off the air. Have no fear, the brash one is here. Hit that button right now to subscribe, click the bell, turn on notifications, and hype up the video, because without you, there is no Sean's View. Later.